Renaissance Europe. When most people think about the Renaissance, they think about Leonardo da Vinci, the ideal Renaissance man. He was born in May 1519 to a rich legal notary from Florence and grew up to be the man considered as the most brilliant person ever. Most know Da Vinci for his paintings, such as the Mona Lisa, which is so mysterious because of her expressionless face. It took him years to paint this intricately detailed painting that he initially fell in love with. Another famous Da Vinci painting is The Last Supper, which shows Jesus dining for the last time with his disciples. However, Da Vinci also strived in inventing things, even though many of them couldn't be constructed until centuries after his death, some being the battleship, the military tank, car, a solar panel, a robot, and a helicopter. To protect his notes and designs from being stolen, he wrote in mirror script. He was also fascinated by the human anatomy and cut cadavers to sketch the human organs. Also, Leonardo da Vinci was a music man and a party planner. Those who knew him claimed he was a very kind and generous person. Among the many city-states in Italy, perhaps the most influential during the Renaissance was Florence. Located in the northern region of Italy, Florence was the center of art and banking and clothing production for Italy. Home to Leonardo da Vinci himself and the most famous sculpture ever, David, Florence was an inspiration to all artists. During the Renaissance, Florence was a city republic ruled by rich families until peasants revolted and demanded middle-class people to join the government. The Reformation was the movement of opposition to the Roman Catholic Church in the early 1500s. After Avignon and Rome each elected different popes and things were starting to get right again, the church became corrupted and used tax money for personal pleasure. This sparked reformers to protest the church's practices. Among these reformers was a monk named Martin Luther, a sinner who realized that only faith in Christ and performing good deeds will give you salvation. His 95 Theses were written when he was writing his anger with the church for selling indulgences, which are like free passes to heaven. Some theses state that the Bible is the only source of religious truth and salvation can only be given by faith in Christ. Those who challenged the church with Luther called themselves Protestants and named their movement the Reformation. One of the greatest advances in technology during the Renaissance was the printing press by movable type. It was created by a German inventor named Johann Gutenberg. This was so important because the printing press helped make much more books, leading to better education, leading to better society. Religiously, it also helped because it helped spread Christianity by printing more Bibles. Literature also thrived in the Renaissance. One man who greatly influenced modern theater and literature is William Shakespeare. In his time, his plays were very famous, the most famous being Romeo and Juliet, which focuses on two young lovers who unite their arguing families after killing themselves out of their love for each other. Another famous Shakespeare play is Hamlet. However, today, people mostly read his playwrights and his poems. As you can see, we have much to thank William Shakespeare for. Mathematics was also becoming more understood in the Renaissance when Arabic algebra and numerals were brought into Europe. In Italy, youngsters were learning accounting at a young age if they were to become merchants in later life. The man to thank for this is Leonardo Pisano, who put Hindu-Arabic numerals into a book that was widely used throughout Europe.